Hey YouTube, it's your boy K Ray, back with a video response to Brother Roe. The video he had was, are we equal? Are we divided? Yeah, right now, man has divided us up on many things, but Lord is about the coming together. He's not about no division, he's not about no confusion. But man brings that into play for his own game. And it's something that's terrible that a lot of us is getting caught up in. Man uses word, man uses scripture, man uses doctrine to achieve his own goals. And this is one of them, where he says that you're mine, you do what I tell you to do. Go do that, I'm the man, I got balls, you do what I tell you to do, which is a lie. God, and I'm gonna tell you what that passage tells us right there about submission. The man submit to his wife too, and we submit to one another. And also, you know what? The role of a man and a woman is to play the roles of God. God sent his son to sacrifice. As men, we sacrifice. As leaders, we sacrifice. Yeah, we are being called to be leaders, but we are here to follow the commands of the Lord. We are leaders, that's what we're leading them to. And they submit to us from that. And we don't have to worry about what Eve did. If we're following the gospel. We're following the gospel, we won't have to worry about all that. We will be the leaders that we were sitting here to be. We are here to sacrifice. We're nothing but servants here. But we get caught up in a lot of other bullcorn. We want the other women on the side and this and that, and that's leading them astray. Man, you start going iffy, then that's when your life starts getting iffy. So we stay on that narrow path, and we'll be okay. Women, submit to your husband. And it's just how it is. God submitted, Jesus submitted to God. The same way. We both are here to play the roles of God. Now, I'm gonna say this real quick because I want to say that for a reason, is because like what Paul says in Corinthians, where he said that one of them sows, one of them waters, and one of them, and Jesus does increase. Okay, so if church is like a garden, and in Acts it says marriage is like a church, then that makes marriage just like a garden. So we must, and if we look at a garden, we see that a garden takes hard work every day, all day, and not all day, but every day you got to stay in that garden to make sure you have a garden, make sure you have a harvest. You see, if we don't stay in that garden, we won't have a harvest. How you think that stuff get at the grocery store? Somebody put their hard work in on the farm so that they can have a harvest, and then after that you celebrate. But what I'm saying is, if we don't play our roles, we won't have a harvest. The only thing you'll have is division, in which what we have today. So, to answer the question, man, and just to reiterate on what Brother Roe said, man, we are both here to play the roles of Jesus. And yeah, he says we are the leaders, and he says that women submit to that leader. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to go. It's just what it says. But don't go on there thinking that you do what I say, and all that, like they're your children or something. You don't do like that with not with your helpmate. That one is to help you where you weak at. You see, we gotta just play our roles. We missing our roles. And in a marriage, just like in the garden, you have to plan. Back in the ancient days, they planned their marriage for status and security. And then you move up to the Middle Ages to now, we do it for love, or we do it for happiness and love. But, now we're saying, oh, she's going to give me so much happiness. Oh, he's going to help me. He's going to give me this and give me that. We're both like ticks with no dog, and that's messed up in these marriages now. That's why a lot of them end up in divorce. 50% of marriages end up in divorce. See, in the marriage is not a 50-51. We both playing our roles to achieve what? Achieve that status, achieve the gospel. And the gospel is to sit up there with the Father, to reach our heavenly bodies. And that's the foundation, that God set way back with Adam and Eve. That's one of the first foundations he set, and he sent her so that we can help each other reach that point. So and we've seen them miss that though all the time. So then, because we're not planning we're not planting the seed of oneness. You see, in a marriage, what we're doing is we planting the seed of division. Well, I'm the top dog here and do what I say, and you down there, I'm up here, and that's how we gonna run this. So if we keep on planting those seeds, we will see divorce rates steady going up. We will see broken families. You know, we will see single mothers. You know, for all this long. If we don't never ever get this oneness back, you know, in this marriage, that's why God wanted it to be. But we steady chopping it up, separating. I'm up here and you down there. But really, we all are equal. Y'all here for that same plan. You know, we both playing that position. We both playing the role of Jesus. One of them is sacrifice. He's sacrificing. He's ready to sacrifice his life 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. However it is right now, they got it. You ready for it. For his wife. That's the foundation you said. The foundation that Christ set. So I guess we missed the point on that, and we want to use that submission word to manipulate these women, you know, because God speaks to them too, just like they speak to us, just like he speaks to us. So we must realize that and empower and instill our women instead of downgrading them and talking bad about them, you know what I'm saying? And because as we set a vision, as we mold a vision of what women's supposed to look like, and that's how they gonna be. You can look at it now. You can see. Just like Brother Rose saying about the thugs and the hood rats. You know, I'm supposed to be a hood rat. I'm supposed to be a thug. You know, if we reiterate something that we instill something else into these children, into the TV screens, like what, man, back in the day, it's a lot of things we couldn't do now that we doing now abundant. I mean, we doing it so, man, it's out there so bad now. You know, but back in the day, you'd be arrested for it. You know, TV shows be shut down. People be going to jail for some of the things that we see on TV today. But now, we're so tolerable of everything. Everything goes, anything goes. So, nah, submission don't mean that this man is. It just, man, if you following God and you're a leader and you walking a narrow path, and that woman's gonna follow you. 9 times out of 10, if she not following you, then she not being submissive and she not playing her role, and it ain't gonna work. You know, you got some of these women just want to be sluts. You know, she don't want to play a role. That's true. It's just like you got men that just want to be dogs and go out there and sleep with anything, you know, with breasts. Or sometimes with whoever got ball, you know, they do the same with themselves. So that's something we really got to be careful of. But another thing before I end up off here, man, and the reason why I think that this is a big issue is because of pride. Pride gets in a man's way, in a woman's way, especially when, you know, say if you're in the garden and it rains too much. When it rains too much, weeds begin to grow, and if you don't maintain that garden, those weeds will get in between your marriage. And you say the weeds will be you taking trips. You're getting money, you got cars. And other things go with getting money, you know, and having trips, you know, and other things getting in the way. You don't need God no more. You don't need this no more, you know. You need probably when you were down you need them, but now you don't need them no more. And the weeds can get in your way. That's why you gotta maintain your garden, maintain your marriage. Chop them weeds down. And also go for the opposite. When it's not enough. When the grass is dying and the flowers are dying. You know, we got to get out there and water that yard. You know, put some more, you know, seeds out. You got to go out there and dig up some, and root up some things. You know, get rid of some animals that's out there that's eating up your plants. You know, that's killing your grass. You know, there's a lot of things you got to do to maintain that garden. It's hard work. It's hard daily work to do that. You know, and a lot of times they get in your way. And another thing is, you know, and I'm out of here. And we go back to Ephesians where it said don't go to sleep with a bruised heart. See, the problem is when you go to sleep with a bruised heart, you know, it turns into a cold heart. Don't go to sleep with a bruised heart. You might not agree, but at the end of the night before you go to sleep, at least touch toes or something. You know, get those hearts together. Because if you don't, the next morning you got a cold heart. And then the next morning, you know, a cold heart is a fake heart. It's fake. Everything probably just be friendly, but you don't mean it. It's fake. Then you have a hard heart. You know, it's a still heart. It's a heart where you starting not to care. And then you have what they call an apathetic heart, where you just don't care no more. You see, as long as you are arguing, then you have a chance. But when you start saying that you don't care and forget you and this is over with, you know what I mean? And I'm saying this because God hates divorce. And God, He's not with all this prideful things. See, that's what went on with the devil, you know. So let's get it together, y'all. Let's keep our hearts. Let's play our roles. Our roles as a man is to sacrifice. Our roles as a woman is to be submissive. So we must plan on the same goal, which is that same goal is to live out the gospel, and that is to be in our heavenly, to help each other reach our heavenly bodies. And we must plant. We must know what type of seeds we're planting. The type of seeds we're trying to plant is to be one in the marriage. We plant the seeds of oneness. It wasn't nothing about no division. Jesus wasn't about no dividing of nothing in the marriage. He's talking about being one. So we must plant the seed of being one and plan to fulfill the gospel in our marriage. This is one of the first foundation that he put into play. So YouTube family, be blessed. Stay in that garden. Keep working on it. Husbands, you know, submit to your wife. Wives, submit to your husbands. Husbands, sacrifice for your wife. Remember that. Be ready to die for her 24 hours a day. 7 days a week, 365 a day. 365 days a year. Alright. Be blessed.